welcome message from the streets. Today's topic, a continuation from the topic earlier. I spoke about Islam and slavery. Now I'm about to speak about Christianity and slavery. So the Christianity involvement in slavery is a little complex because of the different denominations, but for surely the head of the Christian operation, or so-called Christian operation, under the banner of Catholicism, was very much involved in the slave trade. And some people attempt to go to the Bible and say that, the Bible, the one verse said, the slaves listen to your slave masters, in a sense. And I'm a firm believer that the biblical text is a book that could be literal, most definitely metaphorical, and most definitely symbolic. And we know that some of the teachings say that, that we become bond servants to, the Messiah, the Messiah, and the Most High. Yet the physical enslavement and the brutality that was committed by the Jesuit priests and certain sects that say that they follow Christ is unacceptable. It is distasteful. It is actually a selfish, greedy ploy that was an expedition of men to control and to own and to sell and to ravish and to unalive and to violate, people from other nations and nationalities that they were not familiar with. Is this the way of God? I say nay, or I say not, on account that the Most High no orders. This is some type of experience that mankind chose to go through the quantum doors of operation and bring about the reality that we know about slavery from the Islamic perspective to the different sets of so-called Christians. Christians are those that say that they follow Christ. We know that everybody that say that they are a believer in Christ under these different banners is that they follow what is known as a false Christ or a false Messiah or false teachings that have been incorporated into biblical sets, or when institutions where churches come and take the forefront and they started telling you that the Pope is the father. The word Pope actually means father. So, we have been beguiled by the serpent in the garden of the earth by some of these alleged followers of Christ, and to utilize slavery as a ends to the means of profiting and actually dogging out those that was made in the image and the likeness of God. They'll tell you in the book that that man was made in the image and the likeness of God. Is man made in the image and the likeness of the physical God? No, they're talking about the entity and the energy that's inside of man is of God. May he be in his higher self, his lower self, positive self, negative self, male self, female self, dealing with genders. Is all a part of God. And when you treat other human beings in a tyrannical, dehumanized type of way, you're dehumanizing God. But you know what the thing about God? There's nothing that man can do that can, decimate or eliminate God in man. See what I'm saying? Man think that they could destroy this world and they could do this and this and this and this. Man is limited. But man will do certain things that come from the quantum perspective and will come in different, walks. Talk about, yeah, I'm from God, I'm from Christ, I'm for this and I'm for that. But all thing we got to do, we don't listen to them. We listen to them, yet we also look at their behavior. And we see that a lot of these different individuals, I don't know too much about the Protestants and how they got down like they got down, but I'm pretty sure that there were some people that was on the outside of Catholicism that profited off of, off of slavery and off of the ill treatment of other human beings. You know, because the slavery thing is one thing, but it's the distasteful, disgusting thing about it is some of the behavior that was operating during the course of slavery. You know, especially the violating of the women from, you know, in Islamic perspective. When I was young, I used to see all of these different movies and cartoons with these harems. I never knew that a lot of those women that was in those harems were actually booty of war. They were slaves. But then we come over to the European zone, we seeing how trifling, how treacherous, how barbaric that they treated melanated women when they was violating them. That some of these melanin recessive men, they violated these women in such a terrible, terrorizing way. It's still traumatizing within the DNA of people right now in the day. And not too long I found out, which is not too hard to believe because of the animal behavior of these people that saying that they was Christian, they were actually sodomizing men. And they got the story about Sodom and Gomorrah in their text. So it's not about if you say you Christian, you Muslim, you Buddhism, you with the Hindus, you know, the conduct of behavior with, you know, when it's engage with other human beings, that's what we're gonna make our assessment by that. We're not gonna make an assessment because you go make prayer 5 times a day, or you go to church 1 time a week and you go to Bible study another time in the week and you dress up and all that, and your comedy mannerism when you're on stage. No, we're gonna look at the situation and check the receipts and come to a conclusion. So right now in the day, man, I'm a believer in the Bible. I believe in the teachings of the Bible more than any other teachers on this planet, because I don't see even some of the greatest teachers that I've come across. May it be alchemy, may it be about quantum physics, may it be the 4 agreements, may it be the 7 principles, hermetic principles. All of those Johnsons in the Bible, you just got to be able to comprehend it. It got to be revealed to you. With all those stories, they're made simplified than some of these other teachers like Buddhism about compassion and things of that nature. Yet, the operation and the heads of these institutions, they have become tyrants. They have become, they want to lord over people, and they don't want to reflect Christ or God. They want to reflect their own ambitions. And this is where the error comes in. Ladies and gentlemen, this is just my point of view. Do your homework, do your research, and come to your own conclusion. They say that when the first ships came over, 1492, that was the year that the Moors was put out of Spain. We got to see the different players in this trade game. The last video spoke about the Portuguese, the Spanish, the Muslims, the Europeans. Everybody that participated, you owe restitution, the so-called blacks. That restitution is the reparations that many blacks call for this day and this time, and I'm going to call for it until the casket drop, if we get it or not. But I'm going to still call for it because y'all need to be held responsible for the deeds of your forefathers. Y'all going to keep on talking about, oh, we wasn't there, we didn't do that. Why we got to pay for something that we ain't had nothing? You benefited from it. You ain't saying nothing about you being a benefactor of what your forefathers did. So you must pay. I bring this message in love. I leave this message in peace. Real talk. Oneness.